Today we start the process of getting the Big Block Chevrolet back together. Let me show you what we got going on. Comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, last video we were in the process of taking this thing apart. We got it all apart. Big Block Chevrolet, 532 cubic inches. Pistons and rods are down there. But I wanted to show you guys thrust. Thrust clearance is very important. I did a short on this, but if you didn't see the short, very easy to check it. Got this nice little dial indicator here, handy dandy screwdriver, and literally you just stick it in between here and you press. So we got 8 thousandths, and then you can go back the other way. And you see, we got 8 thousandths of clearance. So that's how we check thrust. Listen, my son just turned 17, and we've been looking for a dash cam for a while now. And there are so many options on the market, it really makes it hard to know what to get. Wolfbox always stands out in the crowd, and when they reached out to sponsor a video, I was thrilled. So here's a look at the G900 Pro we installed in his car. We're really happy with it. I think you're going to be happy with it too. This front and rear camera. Ace has been asking for a front and rear camera for a long time. It records all the time, and we're gonna set this thing up. It's pretty easy. From looking at the instructions, I think we're gonna be able to get it installed pretty quick and easy. It is a mirror when it's not. See, it is a mirror. Wow, when it's not on. Straps onto your existing rear view mirror, and then everything plugs in from the top. And it's got some really cool features. The rear view, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it here. He's not gonna use it like as a backup camera that would tie into your reverse lights. Is when that sees power, it automatically turns the camera into a backup camera with lines. All right, guys, well, easy enough. Just an hour or so, we hit all the wires, got everything done, got our GPS mounted here. So here's a final look at your cords. You have 3 power, GPS, and rear camera. Install and setup was quick and easy. And check out how clear this video is. It is constantly recording front and rear, speed and location, so you're always protected. All right, guys, so next up on the block, getting it ready to go. Borrowed a flex hone from our buddy Michael Bavaro, so I appreciate that. So we're going to knock the glaze off the cylinders. Not much. You can see them though, they're a little shiny. That's from oil. But what I do is I count the number of strokes. So I'll go up and down like 10 strokes or so, spray it with WD-40, and then we'll come back in a second and see what it looks like. All right, guys, well, easy enough. We have honed it. We got pretty good surface finish. This block could definitely stand to be bored out. You see there's a little bit of scuffing. I mean, we could also, it probably wouldn't hurt to, I mean, we could put some of that line-to-line coating on the pistons, but we're just not going to do that right now. So I think we're fine. Seepage, but you see they all got a little seepage here and there. So, yeah. So let's get the heads over to the machine shop and get them surfaced, and we'll be back. All right, guys, these guys are on lunch break, but they're here. Actually, supper break now.
Supper break.
Supper break.
About to be second shift.
Chris and Cam over here, they've just clocking in for second shift. They got my heads here. They're at HRT here in Kinston. How long y'all been here?
About 3 months now.
3 months. This has been a machine shop forever.
Yes, sir.
And they have taken it over, so they are going to surface our heads. What do you think? Did I get lucky on that deal?
Very lucky.
So let's see if we can show you again. So look, this torch here, we have confirmed, we all on the same page that we think it was torching the gasket, barely getting by the actual O-ring there. But did y'all feel it in the block when you were feeling it? I mean, in the head? No. I couldn't feel it either. And you can kind of see it, but it is, you can see it, but you can't feel it. So, but they're going to deck them. We're going to just try to clean them up. Not what? What's the least amount y'all can take off?
We can take a quarter to a half thou off of it, see where it's at.
Okay.
Finish up. Hopefully, if everything's true, we'll finish up about 1,000 to get it cleaned up for you.
Heck yeah. Let's go, baby. Well, if y'all need any machine work, we'll show you what they, when I come pick them up next week, what they look like. They do a lot of stuff here. Y'all can pretty much do everything, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, full machine shop. His race car will be coming out soon. Chris's race car will be coming out soon. When's yours going to be out?
I'm not. I'm building something else.
Oh no. Who all knows?
I don't know.
Nobody? Look.
Me and him.
Look, y'all the only two. All right, top secret stuff happening in the shop.
No, we got a few guys that know, but yeah, we building something different.
Hold on, is that over there on the other side of the shop?
No, that's a teardown room.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go look. We're gonna get it out of them next time.
Race car stuff stays at the house.
Building a new.
That's Coleman's room right there for something he's doing at his house.
Is it?
Yeah, I done 2 rents for Coleman this week, so he got to come get that.
Look.
He's staying busy.
Check it out. All right, appreciate it, man. We'll see y'all. All right, boys. We at Mad Boar. Our friends from Las Vegas, or a friend from Las Vegas.
Anaheim.
And
Dismal Land.
well, yeah, not Vegas. Where were y'all seeing from Vegas? Dismal Land. That's funny. So we're at Mad Boar. He's down here. They're doing like a month-long road trip. So gotta eat lunch or dinner, whatever it is. All right, boys. If y'all ain't never been to Mad Boar, if you're down here, this is freaking awesome. This is pretty cool. All right, Alan, good seeing you. We're talking him into going racing with us this weekend. I don't know if it's gonna make it or not. Rodney, if you see this, send him a message. Okay, movie magic. We got our new connecting rods in. Bam! And just like that, they're installed on the pistons. So yeah, so that wasn't too bad. Basically, did one at a time. These are double spiral locks, so you just take the spiral locks out, take it out on one side, push the pin out. Pins are a little gauted up where the spiral locks are, but all of them went pretty good except for one. So got our new rods on, so now I guess we can start counting passes. I do like on the new ones, they actually put the length on them. That's kind of new. Got instructions on how to do it. Basically 75 foot-pounds, and you make sure that you use engine oil when you're tightening these down or when you're torquing the rod bolts. These are regular ARP 2000 bolts. These are not L19s, or they're not the custom made 625. You know, there's a lot of debate on that. Steve Morris has been doing a lot of videos on different ones. L19 custom made 625s. You know, the ARP 2000s, I mean, generally they work pretty good. So that's what we got. That's what we got. So it's a 5500 series rod. I do also like that when they put these on there now, they give you the rod weight total and the big end and small end weights. So that is helpful. They used to not do that on the box. So we do have one piston that is a little gauted up, and it's really, the pin is a little tight. So we're about to go to the machine shop. HRT, the guys at HRT called me and said that they are done with the heads. So I'm gonna take the piston that is gauted up, and we're going to take it and let them open it up. Okay, hang on, let's go check out the machine shop. All right, guys, a couple days later, we just got over here. Cam, what's up, man? How are you?
Good, man.
HRT Machine Shop. Check it out. Those are pretty doggone slick. That turned out really good. How much did you end up having to take off of them?
I cut your first head that had your marking on it. We took about 2.5 thou off of it.
Okay.
Get it to clean up. Actually, center in between the cylinders, they had a little place right in between the O-ring grooves. That, it didn't quite clear it too.
Right.
So we took 2.5, cleaned them up, got the other head up there, matched it all up.
So 2.5,
turned out good.
That's not much.
Took 1,000 grit with the thing and
1,000 on the highway out there. That's what I've done that.
I stood on them so it didn't take much. And Dad drove the truck.
Right. Just pulled it down the highway.
Yeah.
That's funny. Man, that surface is good. That is a very nice surface. So only 2.5 thousandths off. That's going to be perfect. I am putting a thicker gasket on it. I'm going to do, I didn't tell y'all, I probably didn't retort the heads last time with the copperhead gaskets. But, I mean, I probably going to do it this time, maybe.
That'll be smart too.
And so he also went ahead and fixed my piston up. So we got all those. He got the nice little machine, and that is nice and free now. So that's cool. All right, man, I appreciate it. Y'all go check him out if y'all need any machine work.
Anything.
Kinston, what's your phone number?
252-523-0464.
Check him out, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving right along, guys. We now have a 6-cylinder. You notice we've got 4 pistons in over here and 2 in over here. Got a couple of holes here. We're finishing. This right here, this ring compressor really makes a big difference. I highly suggest if you're building any engines in your garage, in your shop, you need to get one of these. They work amazing. Most of the time you have to kind of bang it in with a normal compressor, but with this one, you can just push it in with your hand. If you didn't watch the video with the small block, this one's going together kind of the same way. So I just wanted to show you how we're doing it. We've got 2 more pistons left. So they're just over here. This is a home-built, garage-built engine. It just is what it is. Like I said, we got our new rods on here, GRP rods. So this is the 5500 series rod. Let me show you the bearings we use. Not putting new rings on it. Some people might think that's a bad idea. A little bit of surface rust from where it was, sitting. So we'll clean these up real good, wipe them down, get the rust off of them. But they have plenty of tension, lots of gap. They were sealed up nice and tight, so I didn't see a need to redo that. I am putting new bearings in it. The bearings we are using, man, the wife is going to flip out. Y'all don't tell Kelly that I have turned her outdoor freezer into a worktop. Got our gaskets, got our head gaskets, our intake gaskets. The missing bolts or nuts for those. These are the bearings that we use. This is actually small block Chevrolet size, and that's one of the things that, that's the only thing that really sucks about this crankshaft. If we ever get a different crankshaft or have a different issue, then we'll have a Big Block Chevy journal on here for sure. So we clean these up, put the bearings in it. Now, one thing with an aluminum rod, you see it's got the dowel in there. So in that dowel, it's got a hole in the bearing, and these are the 8 series bearings here. So that's the one that goes in the rod in the upper, and then the one that goes in the cap is there. The old ones look pretty good, but we're going to put new ones in it since we got new rods. So these just pop in, the dowel pops in the hole. You can, if you get these without the hole, you can drill them yourself with a fixture. But yeah, I don't know that it's necessarily a good thing. The D is what stands for the drilled, the hardened XN. These are extra clearance by 1/1000th of a thousandth. Got our Lucas oil down here that we put on the threads as we are torquing these things down. So I just wanted to show you real quick. We'll jump back in here in a minute when we got these things torqued down. And all I do is zing them up just a little bit with the impact, like 10 foot-pounds, just barely, a couple of little light ugga-duggas, 5 or 10 foot-pounds, just so I can turn the engine over. And as we're turning it over, you can see the tension that we get. It's not much, but obviously I just use WD-40. Old iron Big Block Chevrolet. Let's go, baby. All right, guys. Well, just like that, we have an assembled short block. Pistons are in it. Rods are torqued down. Everything seems good. Appreciate Jerry getting us some rods for this thing. Got a lot of passes on it. So next up, we got head gaskets. We got FCE gaskets this time. 80 thousandths thick. Normally we run Clark's. I decided I had to order some stuff from Summit anyway, so I just got them from Summit. 80 thousandths thick, so that should drop the compression just a tad. So hopefully next video y'all see oil pan will be on it. I've got all that cleaned. I've got to clean the oil pan out, get the silicone off of it, and we'll put the oil pan on it, and then they'll turn it over, put the heads on it, and shoot, man, this thing might be firing the hole soon. Appreciate it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. See ya.